Welcome back. We now have an exclusive conversation with Miss World 2017, Manushi Chillar, who's a newest global brand ambassador for Estee Lauder, along with Dikshita Shukla, India brand head Estee Lauder. Manushi and Dikshita, welcome to CNBC TV 18.
Hi, thank you.
Manushi, let's begin this conversation with you. Last year, you came on board as the face of this beauty brand's Advanced Night Repair Serum. What has been the association been like so far over the past 1 year?
I think, of course, it was very exciting to be the face of the Advanced Night Repair Serum because I always say this, that's been my holy grail of skincare for a very long time. That's a product that I swear by. And being associated with a brand that you truly believe in is wonderful as someone who's always watched and as someone who's always expected to do the right thing. I think for me, the right thing happened. And today, being announced as the global brand ambassador for Estee Lauder again is an exciting and a really wonderful opportunity for me because I feel that somewhere I've had a journey with the brand. It's a brand that I've always believed in much before I became the face of the brand. These were products that I was using. So for me, that's been a long journey and hopefully it will be a really long one ahead as well.
Dikshita, over to you. Manushi, as your global brand ambassador, what does she bring to the table first? And how has the brand Estee Lauder performed in India market over the past couple of years?
We want someone to represent the brand who represents beauty with a purpose. And that's exactly what Manushi represents. And that's what she brings to the table. She is someone who is extremely inspirational to women. In India and even globally. She's self-made, she's warm, she's talented, and she's very, very lovely. So these are all very much ethos that Estee Lauder believes in and Manushi absolutely represents. And that's why we're so proud to have announced her as the face of the brand. And she joins a range of beautiful global brand ambassadors. And it's really proud for us from India to have that representation. The brand has been in India for more than 10 years. We opened our first store in 2008 in India. And since then, we've only grown from strength to strength. As a matter of fact, in the last two and a half, 3 years, we've actually doubled this brand in India. And we've really done that through having an amazing global powerhouse heritage brand and having this fantastic global strategy that we've really adapted to the India market. Whether it's localization, bringing on faces like Manushi to make sure that there is representation from the country, or making sure that we've got the right products with the right claims, the right ingredients, the right benefits to serve the Indian consumers with exactly what they need, or whether it's making sure that we're really expanding with respect to distribution, whether it's our offline stores or our online presence.
Back to you, Manushi. What has having such a close relationship with the beauty industry, being a beauty queen, what has it taught you about this industry and how has it evolved according to you over the past many years?
See, today everyone is very vocal about the fact that the standards of beauty are changing, and it would even be wrong for me to use the term standards of beauty because today people are talking about you can't define beauty, you can't fit things into a box or have certain boundaries. So there are no standards here. And I think it's great that there is an ongoing debate, and I think the newer generations are more open to the idea of beauty being more about self-confidence, more about self-love, self-worth, and less about what's on the outside. And I think even when I look at beauty pageants, I still remember my days at Miss World, where this was a constant discussion where they would always tell us that, like everything else in the world, your standard of beauty, everything has to evolve. It has to change with time. And that's great. And I remember when I was younger and I used to watch these ads, I think the way, beauty is so personal to someone and it has so much to do with how you feel about yourself. And everyone wants to feel good about themselves. Everyone wants to be socially included, socially appreciated. And I still remember there was this one habit of my mother, because she was a working woman, she would always get my hair cut short. And I would see these really beautiful women on TV with long, thick hair.
Same here.
My hair cut short.
Same here. I've lived that life.
easy for me to manage. But I never deeply thought about it. I used to think about it when I grow up, I'm going to grow my hair long. And she'd always tell me the more you cut it, the longer it will grow. So that's something, I mean, I was innocent and I believed her. These, what you see, which is portrayed in the media industry as beautiful, as desirable, has an impact on every child that's growing up. And, everyone, like, maybe it was harmless for me because I thought when I grow up, I'll have the freedom to cut my hair the way I want to when I can grow it longer. But at the same time, what standards, we as influencers or brands such as Estee Lauder, what standards they set is also important. It's also important for competitions such as beauty pageants, because I come from the world of pageantry, to redefine these standards. And and I'm using the word standards for the lack of a better term over here, because I don't think beauty has standards. I don't think there are any boundaries that you can, or any rules that you can put to beauty. For me, I always find myself to be the most beautiful when I'm feeling confident, when I'm feeling like I love myself, and when I'm feeling that I deserve it. And I think that's what beauty is about.
So more representation and redefining beauty standards is what you're saying. Dikshita, over to you. How is the brand doing this in the country in different ways, and what are you guys doing differently as compared to the well-entrenched players already present in the India market and this gamut of new D2C companies in the beauty space, considering your play is in the premium category?
We were one of the first prestige beauty brands to introduce a global face 5-6 years, to introduce an Indian face within global brand ambassadors 5-6 years ago. And with Manushi, we continue to do that. We were one of the first beauty brands to introduce minis in smaller sizes to make sure that it's accessible to every kind of consumer. Again, a testament to our inclusivity, and making sure that every consumer can get a piece of Estee Lauder. So I think what we've been doing really well for the last 10 years, 10-12 years since we've been in India, is really taking these amazing global strategies that we have and really adapting them to the Indian market.
Finally, Manushi, what else needs to be done, and what else should beauty brands be cognizant of?
I think Indians have a very different skin tone, and I used to always find it so challenging to find a foundation that completely matched my skin. Of course, there's a certain complexion that you have, and there are certain undertones that you have. And, everyone used to say you'll never find a foundation. You always have to mix and kind of match and make your own thing, but you'll never find a foundation that completely matches your skin tone, as if you have Indian skin, which is different now. I think now you have brands that are, there are so many beauty brands, including if you look at Estee Lauder's Double Wear Foundation, there are so many shades. I think, and not just different shades, but shades which are suitable for different undertones as well. I think that understanding, there are two things that are happening. I think people are becoming more aware. People are becoming more aware of what makeup they're putting on themselves. And it's becoming more, it's more like, it's becoming a part of your life today. So hence the consumerism has gone up when it comes to makeup. And at the same time, brands are catering and understanding the needs of people, and they're understanding that there has to be a cafeteria of products that need to be available, and everyone should be able to pick and choose.
Thank you so much, Manushi and Dikshita. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, likewise.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we have the exclusive preview of the new Nihar Naturals campaign with Alia Bhatt launching next week, and a conversation with Somashri Bose Avasthi, CMO Marico.